Hi everybody, how are you? I just got through helping my daughter with her math, and today's subject is special triangles, and I just want to show you how to do this. It's actually really easy. If you think of it the way that I'm going to show you right now, you can solve all of these without a calculator, and it's pretty dang slick. So watch this. Okay, so the law of the universe is this. Don't ever forget it. Love to be happy. Remember that for the rest of your lives. Love times the square root of 2 equals happy. Love to be happy. Okay, that's the law of the universe here. That's like Einstein's special theory of relativity. This is pretty much time travel as far as triangles are concerned. So remember that. Love to be happy. And this is only for special triangles. And what that means is that you have a nice triangle. His name is Special, okay? And you have a little seat right there. And just think of this thing as an 18-wheeler. You got 18 little wheels right here, okay? And there are 2 drivers, and both of you are 45. So we're gonna put 45 there. We're gonna put 45 here. Both of you are 45. So 45 and 45 equals 90. This one right here is 92. So the whole thing is a 180, okay? Triangles are 180 degrees. These triangles are 180 degrees. So remember that, 180 degrees, okay? That's why this is our 18-wheeler. Both of you are 45, 45, and then 90 there for a total of 180, okay? So that's solved. The name of our company is S, okay? It's a special triangle. Okay, this right here is the hypotenuse, all right? This right here is a love leg, love, and love. And these babies are exactly the same. So they're congruent. That line means that they're the same. Love, love, okay? Love to be happy. Remember that. Now, let's take our first problem right there, and let's solve it really fast. Okay, watch how easy this is. Okay, so here is, in fact, let's make it even cleaner. Right here, okay? And remember our formula. Let's write it down again. Love to be happy. Remember that. That's our formula for everything. And you just look at this and you can instantly see, what do they want? They want to know what that length is, and they want to know what the hypotenuse is, all right? So just basically think of it like this. What do we know? Well, we know that's 45, we know that's 45, but you don't even have to think about that right now. Just write down your formula, which is love to be happy. All right, there's our formula. And start filling in what you have. You have a 9, and what is that 9? That 9 is that L right there, okay? But let's write this, so let's switch this around since we're trying to solve for H. H isn't there, so let's just switch it around and say H equals, oops, I messed that up, sorry. H equals L2. Right? Just like that. Now say H equals, substitute the 9 for the L, because that's what that is. That's L. That's L. That's L. 9, 2. Done. The length of the hypotenuse is 9 times the square root of 2. All right? Now we can look at our answers, because I wrote all the answers down. Number 1, 9 times square root of 2. Okay, that's number 1. Okay, now let's quickly solve this one right here. All right, what do they want? Well, we can instantly see that they want the hypotenuse again, and they want this. Since these are congruent, this one is also 5, 3. Just like that. Write down our theory. Love to be happy, and fill in what you have. This is L, right? That's L, that's L. L, L. Put L here. 5, 3 is L. Times 2 equals H. Okay? And now all you do is you just say 3 times 2. 5 square root 6 equals H. Write it so that it looks normal. 5 times the square root of 6. That is h. So you could fill that in. 5 square root of 6. Okay? Now, if we over here, answer number 2, 5 times the square root of 6. Well, that was easy. Now let's do this one really fast. Okay? Write down your formula. Love to be happy. All right? What do we have this time? Well, they've given us the hypotenuse. So we don't know what L is. We don't know L here. We don't know L there. So let's plug in what we have. Okay, so do we have L? No, we don't. Square root of 2. What's the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is that. But you know what? I don't like the way this looks. It looks ugly to me. So I'm just going to switch this and say H equals L2. That's just easier for me to look at. All right? Well, you know what? Maybe that was a mistake. I take that back. I take that back. We are solving for L, so let's keep it love to be happy. Let's keep it just like that. And let me write that down again. Love to be happy. All right, love to be happy. And we want L by himself. The way that you do that is you divide by the square root of 2, and they get crossed out. And now you divide this by the square root of 2. And now you have L equals H over square root 2. And let me move it over here so that it's easier to see. L equals H over 2. And that is sort of the answer, but now we need to plug in H. H is 8 squared 2. So let's put in L equals 8 square dash 2. Okay, 8 square root 2, because that is H, over what? Over the square root of 2, right? Because we have H, which is that, 8, 2, and then we have divided by 2, divided by the square root of 2. Since these are identical, they just cross out, and you're done. L equals 8. Now you know that the length of that love leg is 8 units. So you can put 8, just like that, and you can put 8. And then, of course, you can do Pythagorean's theorem, and you can prove that this is correct, or you could actually plug all of these values back into that. In fact, so just for the heck of it, so we've got, this time we have L equals 8, so we can say, okay, love, and we have to be happy. You could plug in L, which is 8, times the square root of 2 equals 8 over 2. 8 square root 2. So, see this? We have L times the square root of 2 should equal H, which is 8 times the square root of 2. 8 times the square root of 2. So then we have 8 times the square root of 2. Okay? And then if you grab your calculator, which I don't have in front of me, Cutie, can I use your phone for 2 seconds? You know what? I should have grabbed my phone downstairs, dang it. Well, you know what? I won't waste your time with that. Never mind. You can see that these are already equal. 8 squared 2, 8 squared 2, they're already equal. So never mind. I don't need it. Okay, so now let's make sure that L was the answer right there. Number 3, 8. L equals 8. All right, let's do this one really fast. Okay, so should we move a little bit quicker with this one? Okay, so let's just say love to be happy. All right, we already have the hypotenuse. We're solving for L again. So what do? You divide this side by 2. It cancels out. You divide this side by 2. And now you have L equals H over the square root of, and sorry, I need 3 hands, over 2. Okay, and then what does that equal? L equals H. And H is what in this case? 2, 3. 2, 3 over square root of 2. Okay? Now, we need more room here. So let me grab a different piece of paper here. Okay, so I'm taking this and I'm going to stick it over here. L 2 square root 3 over square root 2. Okay, see that? Now, what do we do here? Well, this is kind of like fractions. And all you do is you take and you rationalize this, and you multiply this side by 2, and you multiply the top by 2. You multiply the denominator by 2 and the numerator by 2, and then what happens? Anybody know? Anybody? Let me show you. Let's do the top first. The 3 and the 2 get multiplied, so now you have 2 square root 6. See that? The 3 and the 2 multiply, and so that can cross out, and you have 2 square root 6. And what about this? Now you have 2 times 2 is 4. 2, so whenever you take, if you ever want to get rid of the square root, just multiply it by itself, and it'll turn into a whole number, which is just a normal number, because 2 times 2 is 4. And now you have the square root of 4, which turns into 2. So now you have 2 over 6 over 2. So then the next step, does that make sense? 2 square root 6 over 2. All right? And now those 2's cancel. Bam, bam. And you're left with that. L equals, sorry about that noise, right? That's okay. L equals square root 6. L equals square root 6. So now we can come back to our problem. This one right here, right? And we were looking for L. L equals square root 6. Square root of 6. And the same here because they're congruent. Square root of 6. Okay? And now we can go over to our answers. Number 4 is L equals the square root of 6. Okay, now you know what? Thanks for hanging in there. Let's do one more really fast. Let me just find a piece of paper. Yeah, sorry, it's good to have this. If someone's really trying to learn this, this is good stuff. Okay, so I don't even have enough room now to do any of this. Dang it. You know what? We're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it right here. Okay, just this is the last one. Okay, people, sorry. But this is very, very valuable stuff. And try learning it otherwise. This, I mean, you can, but this is just so much easier when you do it my way. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. All right, so let's do this. Which one are we going to do? We're going to do this problem right there. Square root of 6. All right, so we have our little right triangle. And remember, this is a right triangle. It's an isosceles triangle, which means that you have 2 drivers. Remember, they're both 45 years old. This whole thing equals 180 degrees because it's our 18-wheeler. We're driving along. That's our hypotenuse. This is a love leg, and that's a love leg there. What is our creed? And before we put that, we'll put that S on there. That stands for special triangle. And remember, we love to be happy. That is our creed at all times, right? We love to be happy. With this one, they gave us the square root of 6 as the hypotenuse. If we have the square root of 6 as the hypotenuse, that simply means they want us to tell them what these love legs are. What's the length of that leg? What's the length of that leg? All right, and they're congruent, so they're the same. So let's just do this. We have square root 6. So now we're just going to say, well, first of all, what are we solving for? We're solving for L, right? L here, L. We're solving for L. So with our formula, we're just going to say, okay, what do I do? All right, L, love to be happy. This time I'm going to divide the square root out of that so that it cancels. And I'm going to divide this by the square root of 2. And now I have L equals H over square root of 2. Okay, and what is H? H is 6. So I could actually just cross that out, or I can just come down here a little bit more, and I can just say L equals square root 6 over square root 2, which is really, really, really easy. You can do this rationalization thing, or you can just say, you know what? Those guys look pretty dang similar. I have square root here, square root there. I'm just going to divide those because it is being divided. Square root 3. Bam, done. Now you know that the length of those legs is the square root of 3. Square root of 3, and right here, same thing, square root of 3. And of course, if I could have held everything still, I would have been neater. That is the key to all of this stuff, is to keep it neat. But let's go over and see if number 5 is the square root of 3. Yes, it is. So here is the square root of 3. Square root of 3. All right, so that's pretty dang slick. Like I said, as a review, don't ever forget love to be happy, and that solves almost all of these. Of course, you get into the other stuff with, the SOHCAHTOA and all that stuff, but the special triangles, as far as the 45, 45, 90s are concerned, that is the key right there. And if you don't forget that, then these are pretty easy. Okay, see ya.